Well, I just want to welcome everyone today to our Future Educators signing. My name is Bill Silva. I'm the principal here of the high school, and I'm very excited to be part of this today. We have 7 young adults that are moving on to college all around New England, and they'll be bringing their passions and skills they developed over the course of the last 6 years here in East Bridgewater and bringing those out to the world. We're really fortunate in East Bridgewater because we often have graduates that come back to actually teach here in our schools. And I'll give you a few just to name a couple here. Marie Principe, Travis Pickles, Amanda Cullinan, Jen Diaz, Kelly Demalis, Mark Ferrioli, and of course Dr. Williams is a former graduate of East Bridgewater as well. So to start out today, we're going to have Ann Newmelin and Jackie Welsh come on up, and they're going to introduce each student and their honored teacher, and then there'll be a small little speech and a presentation, and then we'll do our signing after that. So, Ms. Newman.
All right. I have the honor of introducing the first half here. To start is Grace Avery, who's going to be attending Framingham State University for her secondary education. Come on up.
Alrighty, so I did choose Mr. Eaton for mine. Unfortunately, he's not here, but I will still gladly talk about him. So when I heard that we got to pick a teacher to invite here, I knew it was a no-brainer that I would choose Mr. Eaton. The environment and the way that he teaches class ultimately shaped my decision to pursue not only secondary education, but history secondary education. Thank you.
He would have loved that. Next up is Owen Berry. He's going to be attending Bridgewater State University for his secondary education.
How are you doing, everyone? My name's Owen, and my teacher today is Miss Mello. And throughout my high school years, I never really took teaching into consideration. That all changed in sophomore year when I had Miss Mello's class for the first time. And it was the first ever teacher that made me feel a passion to learn and grow as a person. Throughout the ups and downs of the class, I do have some takeaways, and one of them is no matter how hard a situation may seem, whether it's an assignment or something in your personal life, if you put enough time and effort in and seek help to find help, you will be able to finish and succeed, not only in the classroom but everywhere. Like I said before, if you put enough time and effort in, you can make an experience enjoyable for not only yourself, but for everyone around you. There was never a day in the classroom that I dreaded going or was anxious for an assessment because I knew, pass or fail, I was going to have a good time, and I felt accepted. Lastly, I'd like to bring up the ability to just have someone to talk to when times are rough. Whether whatever's going on in your life seems crazy or if it's something realistic. I knew no matter what my situation was, Miss Mello would be a great listener and would help me get through whatever I had going on. And I can't thank Miss Mello enough for everything she's done for me since sophomore year up to my senior year, and I really appreciate it. Moving forward, I'm going to try my best to succeed. While I don't know where this road will end, I can definitely say with full confidence I'm not worried about my future because you, Miss Mello, have already sent me on a path for greatness. Thanks, guys.
And next we have Angela DeCarolis, who will be attending UMass Amherst for elementary education.
Hello. So my most inspirational teacher is my second grade teacher, Mrs. Cook. If you were to ever ask me up until this day who my favorite teacher was, I would tell you Mrs. Cook, which may seem silly since it's been 10 years since I've had her class. But Mrs. Cook has such a kind and warm personality that she shows all of her students, so kind that I've remembered it every single year since I've had her class for 10 years. Second grade can be a difficult transition for some kids, me myself included. I got really homesick. At the time, my mom worked at the central school, and I would ask to go to the nurse all the time just so they can call her down. That eventually got pretty old, but it stopped because Mrs. Cook created such a warm, welcoming, small community of a classroom that I no longer missed home because I had a second home at school. And I hope I can do the same for my future students one day. And Since I started working with kids, I would ask myself how I can be more like Mrs. Cook, and I'm going to continue to do this as I further my career. And I'm very thankful that I got to be one of Mrs. Cook's cookies. She's sincerely one of the kindest people I've ever met, and I hope I can be just like her one day. Thank you.
All right, and next up we have Kylie Jenkins, who will be attending Westfield State University for early childhood education.
Hi, the teacher that I chose is Miss Mello. I've had her every year since sophomore year, and her classroom's always been such a safe and fun environment for me. So I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me over the past 3 years and for inspiring me to become a teacher.
And now I'm going to bring on Ms. Welsh to do the second half of the alphabet.
Hi, I'm Jackie Welch, and I have the honor of introducing the second half of the alphabet. First up, we have Fitz McAlpine, who will be studying at Ithaca College and who will be attending Ithaca College and studying music education.
Hello. I've had the privilege to work with a number of great educators over the course of my years in school thus far, but one in particular I'd like to acknowledge today is my clarinet teacher of 4 years, Miss Geeta Brown. Unfortunately, she's unable to be here today, but Geeta, you are one of my favorite human beings and have changed my life in countless ways beyond simply making me a more capable clarinetist. My time with you has fundamentally altered the way that I see music and the world and myself, an impact that has helped me to find the courage to do scary things like audition for music school and speak in front of people, and which I hope to be able to pass on to my future students. Thank you.
Next up, we have Hannah McAlpine, who will also be attending Ithaca College and studying music education.
Hello, an educator that I'd like to take a moment to recognize today is my mother. She's been a classroom teacher and currently works with educators. She instilled in me from a very young age the values of empathy, inclusion, and critical thinking, which are absolutely essential to everyone in this profession. Her work has shown me what being a dedicated educator looks like up front and behind the scenes, and I'm immensely grateful to be beginning this journey with her as one of my closest supporters.
And last but not least, we have Madeline Perry. She will be attending Endicott College and studying early childhood education.
I chose Miss Doreen as my teacher. She was actually my kindergarten teacher. I loved how she was always so positive, and she made every student excited to be at school, which is my goal as a future teacher. So, thank you.
Great. So in front of you, you have a folder. You want to open that folder up. There's a letter inside from the superintendent and Dr. Williams, congratulating you on going into the field of education. And so if you want to take your pen, we're kind of on the count of 3. I guess we'll all sign our names all together. So 1, 2, 3, sign away. Hopefully in 4 years, this will be a teaching contract. Awesome. Let's give them a nice round of applause. There's a little thing on the end of the pen you have to take off. Now, does that seem to work better? Excellent. So I want to take a minute and thank our college partners that came today. It was phenomenal of you to show up today. We also partner with Bridgewater State College. We have something called City Lab that we use as part of the science department, and we're looking forward to doing some early college classes with an education pathway over the next couple of years, where hopefully students will be able to earn four college classes or 12 credits towards a degree in education. So really good stuff. So teaching is great. I'm just going to throw it out there. I love what I do every day. It never feels like work. But there's going to be hard days. You're going to show up, and it's going to be a struggle. Whether they're kindergarten kids or high school kids, they all have their moments, and you'll find that depending on what level that you teach at. One of the things I will say is don't give up. Keep working hard. Put the time and effort in, and you'll do great. I'd love to see you back here in 4 years. It would be unbelievable. All right, let's give one more round of applause. Thanks,